All right, everyone. Welcome to this second live presentation. So, I am super proud to present my ex-coworker and friend CJ. He is of the YouTube show Coding Garden with CJ, and he streams. Do you stream regular? Like which?
Every now and then.
You stream every now and then, but he has a YouTube channel. Highly recommend you check it out if you're here in person. If you're watching the stream, welcome to Develop Denver. Today, CJ is going to be doing some mob programming of something of your guys' choice. So we'll see how that goes. Without any further ado, CJ.
Yeah! Thank you, Brooks. All right, if you haven't gone to this URL yet, please go there. We're going to do some polls in a minute. First, let's do some intros. So hello, friends. My name is CJ. I am a full-stack engineer, an educator, and a maker. I am currently the chief full-stack engineer at a company called 303 Software. We build custom business software. My coworkers are back there. Nice. So if you're looking for custom apps, talk to us. And as Brooks mentioned, I have a YouTube channel called Coding Garden with CJ. There are people watching live right now. I'm neglecting them. The chat is, let's see the chat real quick. There it is. So many people. Unfortunately, everyone that's live, I'm not going to be able to say hello to all of you today because we are live and we got to get going. We're on a time crunch. Who here has watched Coding Garden on YouTube? Okay, so a few hands. I'll just tell you a little bit about what I do. This is kind of weird, but so I have a show called Code Katas, and pretty much every Wednesday I solve Code Wars, Code Katas live. And so people will submit ones for me to solve, and I will actually solve them without any preparation, so you can kind of see my thought process. This was a special edition where I ate a spicier and spicier hot wing between each Code Kata. It got intense. I did try Blair's Megadeth sauce with Liquid Rage. I actually did 2 wings with Blair's Megadeth sauce, so that was intense. I actually have been on Coding Train. Who here has watched Coding Train before? Cool. So that's another really awesome YouTube channel. But while I was living and working in New York City, he had saw my YouTube channel. We chatted a bit, and then I actually got to go on his show and do a live stream. So that was awesome. This is just like a random one I did the other day. I booted up Windows XP in a virtual machine, downloaded Dreamweaver CS5, and recreated Tom's MySpace page. This was for Throwback Thursday. Sometimes I pull out the guitar and make up a song about what I'm coding about. And we haven't done this recently, but this is my friend Tony. We grew up together. Now he's off in Ohio somewhere, but every now and then we'll pair, and he's a complete and total noob to coding. So this is an episode where we built a website with WebSockets, and every person that was on the web page, you could actually see their mouse moving. And so we've done a lot of other noob streams where Tony just asks ridiculous questions. He has no idea what's going on, but he's the one doing all the typing, so that's super fun. Okay, what are we going to do today? Today is live mob programming. This is how it's going to work. And also, if this doesn't work, if what we try to make doesn't work, it's all of our fault, not just me. We're in this together. This is going to be interactive. So if you have suggestions, if you have fixes, please shout them out. Okay, and so the agenda is we're going to vote on what and how to build the thing. We're going to make a plan, we're going to build it, something's going to happen, and then we're going to profit. As I mentioned before, please go to this URL and we can begin voting. I'm going to share it with the chat. Buglex2 says Tony equals a fat arrow. Okay. Oh, my laptop the power wasn't running to it? Okay, that's good. Thank you.
Thanks for not going out there in my stream.
Yeah. And so people from all over the world watch my stream, just like a few shout outs, like there's people in the UK, there's people in India, there's people in like all over. Welcome everyone. Okay, we're gonna start the poll right now. So the first question is, what should we build? Your options are Hangman, Tic-Tac-Toe, or the DVD logo screen. Does everyone know what the DVD logo screen is? It's that, the DVD logo, like it bounces around, this one, and like everybody freaks out when it like hits the exact corner. Okay, cool. Oh, and I should probably tell my Discord that I'm live.
I can do that.
Are you in there? Okay.
I'm opening it up now.
Cool. Can you? Yeah, you can do an @ here. Share the stream link too. All right, looks like we have an overwhelming winner here. Votes are still coming in. Let's just see how many people are watching. Oh, not that. Is it the DVD logo screen? I would hope it would be that. That's going to be fun if it is. Votes still coming in. Oh, there are 51 people watching online, so that's fun. Cool. All right, I'm gonna stop this, and we'll see which one won. I think if I do pause, will we see the results? Okay, yes, DVD logo screen. Okay, this is gonna be fun. Nice. All right, the next question is, what should we build it with? So your options are React.js using classes and state, so kind of like old style. React.js with hooks, which is like new style. Vue.js, which just regular plain old Vue, or Vue.js with the new function-based API and hooks, or Svelte, or just in vanilla JavaScript. So what are we going to use to build this DVD logo screen? Please vote now. Oh, and shout out to Cerber in the chat. After 2 months of searching, I've got a JavaScript junior position. Let's give it up for Cerber. Yay! That's great. Oh yeah, so that is true. Coding Train has done a video on the DVD logo screen. We are gonna code this from scratch though. We're not gonna cheat or anything like that. Share that link again. Wait, like 1 more minute. I think we've kind of reached critical mass. Let's see what we got. Vanilla.js! Ooh, this is gonna be fun. Okay, so no frameworks, no libraries, nothing but what is supported by the browser. I'm using Chrome, so I'm gonna go by what's supported in Chrome. All right. And this is a fun one. Which constraint should we do? So last year, I gave people the option that I was not allowed to run the code until the very end. So I had to code the entire thing without opening the browser. I have a feeling that wasn't very fun for people to watch, so the one I added this time was I can only refresh the browser every 7 minutes. But some others are all variable and function names have to be a single letter. All variable and function names have to be named after a punk rock band. Functions can only have 1 parameter. We're going to do a lot of currying if that happens. No if-else blocks, switches, or ternaries. We might have to modify the object prototype if we choose that one. Or this last one, I can only refresh the browser once every 7 minutes. Oh. It just makes it more interesting. But like I said, if this doesn't work, it's everyone's fault. It's not mine. Because you chose what to do. Oh yeah, that's true. So on the live stream, they can see behind me, it's just a bunch of liquor bottles. Yeah. Okay, it doesn't seem too close, so I'm gonna stop it there. Let's see what we got. All variable and function names have to, I don't know which one this is. Is it a punk rock band or a single letter? Oh, here we go. A punk rock band. Okay, that's gonna be fun. Okay, so let's just make a note of what we're doing here. Right, okay, so we are going to build the DVD logo screen. We are going to use Vanilla.js, and all variable and function names have to be named after a punk rock band. This is going to be fun. I've got quite a few in my back pocket, but I might need some help. Who here are punk rock fans? There's a few? Okay, cool. All right. Okay, so we need to make the DVD logo screen. Let's make our plan now. So it's currently 11:15. I'm going to go till 11. 50. How many minutes is that? 35. Okay. So we're going to spend 5 minutes planning, and then we're going to build this thing in 30 minutes. Okay, so there's my 5-minute timer to plan this thing. Okay, first we need to like set up the folder and index.html. So we need to get like a basic website going. Then we should probably find a DVD logo to use.
We're not going to make it with SVG.
What's that?
We're not going to make it with SVG.
I'm not going to make it manually, but I might find an SVG, an existing SVG. Yeah, so that's something to think about. Usually the DVD logo, every time it hits, it changes color. So if we use SVG, we should be able to change the fill every time it hits. So let's shoot for SVG when we find this thing. Okay. We're basically gonna have to build like a mini physics engine, right? So like this DVD logo has velocity, and it has like an X velocity and a Y velocity. It also has a position on the screen. I'm trying to think if we should like lay out a grid, or if we should just use the pixels in the browser.
Canvas.
I'm not gonna use Canvas. I don't think I'm gonna use Canvas. Mainly because that's like a huge API, and even though it is vanilla, there's still a lot I don't know about it. We're gonna do it with like JavaScript. We're gonna set like top left of an element to move it on the page. So I think we'll just use pixels. Okay, yeah, I think it's good. So I think we'll need, we're gonna have some sort of state. Like even though this is vanilla, we'll still need state. So we need to have like a DVD logo position, and so yeah, that's gonna be like X and Y, and then we also need DVD logo Y velocity. So how, in which direction and how fast is it traveling in the up and down, and then we also need the X velocity. Anything else I'm gonna need on state? Color, good call. Current color of the DVD logo, right? Anything else? What's that? Size of screen, yeah, so that's a good point. We could make it dynamic though, so it could be that, I mean, we're gonna have some sort of like game loop, so like every single tick, this thing is moving, and we'll have a check, is it at the edge of the screen? So technically, if you resize the screen, it should still work. Is that a bad idea? Tell me if that's a bad idea. Bad idea? Good idea. We're just, okay, oh, we have 2 minutes to plan. Okay, so I'm thinking it's just gonna work out. Let's go with that. Okay, anything else?
We need the size of the logo.
Size of the logo? Yeah, but yes, but it's probably not state because it's not gonna change, but we do need like initial width / height of the logo. Because that's going to let us center it on its current position, because we're probably going to do like width divided by 2, height divided by 2. Cool. All right, so that's great. Now we need, as I mentioned, some sort of game loop. So typically, we're not making a game, but like in programming like this, there's just like a clock cycle. So like basically you draw, which meaning like you will move the DVD logo to its next position, and then we'll update, which is update our state to say where it's going to go next, and then we'll draw again. It's just going to be a loop over and over again. Update position, redraw on the screen. Update position, redraw on the screen. So we'll say the DVD logo starts at center of the screen. So it's going to start right in the middle, and then it needs to take off in some direction. So starts at center of screen with a random X velocity and a random Y velocity. So that way it'll either go this way or that way, but it'll just like start moving. We then need like an update function. So this will update position based on current velocity. And then we need probably a draw function. I don't know if I'm going to call it that, but that just sets the DVD logo position. Okay. Okay, and in our update function, we probably want to check if logo has hit the edge. And if it has reverse X / Y velocity depending on if it hit the side screens or the top screen. Okay, I'm out of time for planning. Am I missing anything? I'm sure we can get to it if we didn't mention it, but does this seem like a good plan? We're in this together, remember? Yeah. Good plan? All right, let's do it. Okay. I am going to set a timer for 30 minutes. That's what we got. Okay, it's going to be tough. I'm just going to minimize it. I don't want to look at it while it's happening. All right, so our first plan of action is to set up the folder with an index.html. Let's do that. So we're going to make a directory. We'll call it DVD logo. Can everyone see that? Okay. Let's go into that directory. We are going to create an index.html file. We're going to create a styles.css file. And we're going to create an app.js file. We'll open this up with code. Let me oh, no, that's where my to-do is. Here's what we'll do. We'll start up Light server, which is an auto-refreshing dev server. Okay, so right now there's nothing because it's a blank HTML file. But if we go into that directory, we can change some things. So we have the DVD logo, index.html. Okay, we need a basic. No autocomplete. All right, I'm going to restart VS Code. And I'm going to move that to-do here. There we go. Okay, autocomplete. There you are. Awesome. Okay, so this is the DVD logo page. We'll bring in our styles that we created, so styles.css. And in our styles.css, let's set the body to have a width of 100 view width and a height of 100 view height, and a background color of black. That's usually the color. So background color black. Let's make sure we have no padding and no margin, so it's just a totally black screen. That's what we should see. Totally black screen. Yeah. Yeah? Yeah! Okay. All right, let's look at our to-do. So we got our setup. Let's find ourselves a DVD logo, ideally an SVG. I don't know if DuckDuckGo, here we go, types. No, let's go to Google. Images, I think type on tools here, we can say type is vector. Maybe if I just throw the word SVG in there. Yeah, I think this is the one. This is from Wikipedia. That's a PNG though. Let's go there. The original PNG is 2 kilobytes. Nice. Yeah. So if you're new to PNGs, the cool thing about them is they're vector based, meaning we can blow them up to any size and they'll still look cool or still look good. All right. So where are we? Coding Garden. Are we in Coding Garden? No, don't look at all my files. Stop it. Meetup talks. There we go. Live mob programming, DVD logo, and we're just going to call this logo.svg. Cool. Okay, so now we have that logo. Actually want to load it in. You know what I think I'm going to do is actually put this SVG code directly in my HTML. So browsers actually support SVG directly, but by putting it in the HTML, we should be able to target it and change the fill rather than just having, I don't know what I was saying. Okay, but that's what we're gonna do. So take the SVG and we're gonna put it in here. Let's put it like in a div. We'll give it like an ID of logo. And so in our JavaScript, that's how we're gonna target it to be able to like move it around. And then we'll throw in that SVG. And let's do some basic styles. So we'll say the thing that has ID logo. Yeah. Be a what? Oh, variables. Okay, good call. So Danny just reminded me that the ID should be something like a punk rock band because this is very similar to variables. So this is going to be the Sex Pistols. Yeah. Okay, so we have ID Sex Pistols. We're going to say, let's say a width of 100 pixels and a height of 100 pixels. I don't know how big that's going to be. We'll see. And then we'll say the SVG inside of there should have a width of 100% and a height of 100%. And I believe, yeah, we might have to set the fill on each of these paths. So let's say, just for now, path should be should have a fill of red. Let's just see if it shows up red. Okay, what do we get? Hey, pretty good. Yeah, thank you, thank you. Is that big enough, or should I make it bigger? Bigger. Okay. So let's do 200 by 200 pixels. Whoa, is that good? Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay, so we have the DVD logo. Where are we at on time? It's great. Took us 5 minutes to set up. Yes, this is awesome. We're gonna do this. It's gonna be great. Okay, let's go back to our to-do. So we found it. We gave it an initial width and height. In this case, it's going to be 200 by 200 pixels. Now we need some state. So let's get coding on our JavaScript. So let's just create a state variable. We're in vanilla, but we can still try to code like humans. So we're going to need a. Oh yeah, you're right. State should be a punk rock band. Variables and functions, everything. It's going to get weird. But let's go with the Ramones. And we'll have position that has an X property. Right now, this is going to be the width of the window divided by 2. So I think we can do window.client width?
Yeah, capital W.
Capital W? Let's just try it here. So if I do window.client width, inner width. I think client width is for elements. Yeah. Okay, so our X position is going to be window.innerWidth divided by 2, and our Y position is going to be window.innerHeight divided by 2. Cool. I think I'm going to go ahead and create our draw function, but can't be called draw. Let's call it. Yeah, let's do the clash. Clash. Can I leave myself a comment? No? Okay.
We're not going to save the clash for collision detection.
Oh, the clash could be for collision detection. Yeah, let's save that one. Yeah, that's awesome. All right. Screeching Weasel. Mike Dirnt from Green Day actually played in that band for a while. Is that how you spell weasel?
Yeah, but screeching is 2 E's.
Screeching Weasel. Okay, so Screeching Weasel is our draw function. And we're going to need to keep, well, we need reference to that DVD logo so we can move it around. So we're going to create a variable for our DVD logo. Let's do the Buzzcocks in camel case. And we're going to do a document.querySelector. We need to get the element with ID Sex Pistols. Thank you. Actually, let's call it, just to be fair, we'll call it Sex Pistols in here just so we know what we're dealing with. Okay, so that actually gets a reference to the element, and now we can move it around.
Element by ID or
Query selector, and then I need the pound. Yeah, so to get it by its specific ID. That should do it. And then this is going to be our draw function, and we should be able to say sexpistols.style.top equals Ramones.position.y. That's up, down, right? And then left is going to be Ramones.position.x. So this is our draw function. It takes the current position and just sets those values on our DVD logo or the Sex Pistols. So that should move it to the center of the screen. We just need to call this function. Good call, yes. So I need to set position absolute so that this actually applies. We can do that in the CSS. So let's say position is absolute. Absolute means we're going to tell it absolutely where to be, so the top and left should do it. Can anyone know? Don't anyone know why this isn't working? I didn't bring the JavaScript in. It might be that too, but we got one thing at a time. Okay. So we need to bring in our script. The source is going to be src app.js. Nope. Body position relative. I'll do that. I did call a function, so there. and then body should have position relative. So this applies to its children. Nope. Let's see if it's actually getting set, though. It should be an inline style. Oh, it should be this div. Okay, doesn't seem to be working, though. Let's just log the Sex Pistols. That's a div. Okay. Is this how you do CSS in JavaScript? No? What am I doing wrong? Help me! Let's see. Okay, so let's also just log the Ramones.
You could try set attribute.
Set attribute style and like do a string.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not going to do that just yet. Let's also just log our position and make sure that they actually have values, because this inner width divided by 2 could be messing up. Oh, it could be maybe we need this to be deferred to load after like the DOM is loaded. I don't know, but let's log Ramones.position. That looks good. 287 by 325.5. Oh, yes, you have to add pixels. Okay, thank you so much. When you set left and top, you have to say pixels. These are just numbers. Good call. Who was that? I owe you a sticker. Thank you. This is the winner. You guys ready to freak out? Ah, yeah. Oh, well, there you go. Yeah. Whoa. Okay. we need to do width divided by 2 to get it the exact center. So like we take the total width and then we subtract the width of the logo itself. Yeah, it's just 200. But so the full width, we could have a variable. I don't know. I'm freaking out. We're just doing 100. Okay. Minus 100. There we go. Perfect center. Yeah. Thank you. All right. So now we need an update function. So we need to update our variables based on velocity. So let's also have a velocity property in here. So it's going to have an x velocity and a y velocity. Yeah, initially 0, so it shouldn't go anywhere. Actually, so let's say initially the x velocity is 1. So in our update function, it should just start moving 1 pixel to the right on every update. Cool. So this is our draw function. We need an update function. What should we call it? Black flag. And this is where we will update the position update the position on state based on the velocity. So inside of black flag, we're going to say Ramones.position.y plus equals Ramones.velocity.y. We'll do the same thing with x. Oh, that didn't work. Okay, and then what we're going to do is, so this is our update function. So we need like a game loop. So let's just create a function that's like start, but it needs to be a punk rock band. What should we call it? Velvet. I'm going to do Bad Brains. Okay, so this is going to call our update function. It's going to call our update function, which will update the position, and then it will call our draw function, which will actually draw it on the screen. And then it needs to call itself again, and for that we can use request animation frame. So when I save this, if we did this right, our DVD logo should just go shooting off to the right.
You have to call Bad Brains.
And I do have to call Bad Brains. Good call. So. The first thing we'll call is Bad Brains, because that's our setup function. All right, I gotta switch really quick. Hey, well that's not super fast. It's 1 pixel out. That's good. Cool. Let's actually get it going a little bit faster. So this is only increasing it by 1. I think I want to keep these simple. So like 1, -1, 0, 1, -1, 0, and then we can just have like a multiplier right here. So let's multiply the velocity by 2. Let's do it by 4. So it should move a little bit faster. Hey, is that good? A little slower? It's nice. Okay, so now we need collision detection. Let's look at our to-do. So we have all this. We don't have the current color, but we are going to use that. We have it starting. We have our update function. Now we need our collision detection. So the clash. So basically, we want to check, like, has it hit any sides of the screen? So we'll say if the position y plus half of the width, we'll do x first. So if position x plus half of the width is larger than the total client width, then that means we've hit the right edge. So let's do the right edge first. So we'll say if Ramones.position.y plus the half width. I'm going to put it in a variable because I keep using it. What should I call it? We're still on like older punk bands. This is like late 90s. Late 80s, early 90s. The Stooges. Wait. Let's go NoFX first. And NoFX is going to be half of our width, and we're just going to use that variable. So I don't have to keep manually typing it. Okay, so if the position.y plus 100, which means is the right edge of the DVD logo, is greater than or equal to window dot inner width, that means we've hit the right edge. So if we've hit the right edge, we want to bounce back. I guess for now we'll just do like a negative x. What's that? Slope. So I could do instead of like, I don't know. I've done this before where like it just worked. I don't know. I'm freaking out. Okay, so if it's there, then we need to reverse the x direction. So we'll just say Ramones.velocity.x equals a negative version of that. So negative x. So it should hit it and then just start going backwards, right? Line 28? Oh, the x. Good call. Yeah, so x, we're doing the side to side. All right, let's see it happen. Oh. It just kept going. Okay. I didn't call the clash. Good call. So we need to check for collision detection pretty much after every single update. So we'll just do the clash right there. Okay, here we go. Hey. Let's try again. It goes a little over. So actually, it should be. So should this be 200?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Oh, very nice. Okay, so let's do. So NoFX is our half width. Our full width is going to be. Dropkick Murphys? Is that what I heard? That'll be 200. Or should be NoFX times 2. Okay. There we go. Nice. All right, now let's do the left edge. So else if, some very similar stuff, but we're just going to do less than or equal to. Oh, less than or equal to 0, because 0 is the far left. Then we, I guess we reverse it? I mean, it'll make sense when it's moving in this direction.
We also reverse it. But I don't think you need 200.
Good call. Because it's the left edge, so it's not the full width of it. So the X position, which is the top left quarter. Right? Yeah.
You could combine those.
Nice. I think I would be happy with that. It's great. Okay, no. Okay, so now we need it to start going like diagonally. Let's do the collision detection for the top and bottom. So let's do top. So we'll say this same thing. Not exactly. So if the position dot y, we don't need to add the height because it is 0. So if the position y is less than or equal to 0, then we reverse the y velocity. Okay. and else if the position.y plus, I think it's dropkick Murphy's, is greater than or equal to window.inner height, because that's going to be the bottom of the screen, then we're going to also reverse the y velocity. Cool. So I think what we should do is, instead of starting it off at an x velocity of 1 and a y velocity of 1, let's do like a x velocity of 1 and a y velocity of -1. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm sure we can fix this. You can see that it's not, yeah, so it's hitting not all the way to the top of the screen. Let's see. It's, oh, the actual height of the SVG. Okay. Let's see if we can fix that. We have time. I can't believe we did it. We have time. Oh, we need to change the color, too. We need to change the color.
CJ, suggestion from the chat.
Okay, what's the, yeah, I haven't been looking at the chat. What do they say?
Don't use else if. What if it hits the corner?
Oh, what if it hits the corner? Good call. So, do I need just need to do an else if? How can we make it hit the corner? Oh, is it gonna do it? Oh, no. Oh, it did the top thing. Yeah. All right. So we kind of need to work out the actual height of the SVG, so that way, yeah. See how much extra space we have, because we actually need it to hit. So the total. Oh, I think I have it. 210.
Yeah.
Is that the height?
I think that's the width.
It's moving too fast. 107. Okay. So let's say the height would be for y. And this should actually position dot y minus 107 or plus 107?
So that one's fine, because it's always the top left.
Right.
I think you need to adjust your CSS.
Adjust my CSS so that the width and the height of the element itself.
Match the SVG.
Oh, so if I did like, what are we thinking? Potentially a bigger percentage for the SVG?
No, I think you want distance for the SVG with height, or you can target the top with the data.
Okay, so like if we set this here.
That's the width and 107 for height in pixels.
Oh yeah, and then I guess the view box we just want to make smaller, right? Yeah. Okay, so let's turn off our looping, so that way we'll just start off in the middle. Okay. And we'll see what happens. So if we change, we think 210 is the height.
I don't think you want to change the SVG.
I don't want to change the SVG. Okay, tell me exactly what to do.
Okay. Go to style.css.
Okay, go to style.css.
Drop the width and height on the Sex Pistols.
The div.
Yeah.
Okay, drop the width. So like 150.
No, I'm sorry. I mean.
Oh, completely. Okay, completely gone. Okay.
And now set the width and height of the SVG. Width is going to be 210.
Ah.
Height is going to be pixels. And height is going to be, what was it, 107?
I think it was 107. Okay, that is going to throw off our maths a little bit. Oh, beautiful. Thank you so. Let's give him a round of applause. Come get a sticker later. Yes. I was freaking out, but we got it. Yeah. So you notice if I select the element, now that's just the DVD logo, so it should bounce like it needs to. Okay. So we need to adjust now that we have these two. What are those called when you hard code a number? Magic numbers. We have our width is 210 divided by 2.
We could pull it off Sex Pistols.
Oh, good call. I like it. So that way we're not even hard coding it. So we could say sexpistols.client width div2. And sexpistols.client height div2. And then down here, Dropkick Murphys doesn't exist anymore. This is the width. So sexpistols.client width. And this is going to be height. All right, here we go. Moment of truth. Oh, nice, nice. Oh, sweet.
We still have the else if issue from the chat.
Okay, so explain it to me because I don't know what that means. Okay, so what we're saying is in my draw, in the collision detection. Okay.
So the third is the remote's position y is less than 0.
Okay.
Remove that else. The if is fine, but remove that else.
Because it's possible that we collide with both the left edge and the top.
I see. And so this is great. So the suggestions from the audience are that if we collide with both the top and the edge, we need to account for that. Otherwise, we're only accounting for this. So this actually should handle the corner because we're checking both the left and the right. All right, here we go. Nice. All right, so I think the last thing is we need to change the color every time it hits. Does anybody know, like, is there like some cool hex math I can do to like make an interesting color? Math dot, yeah. We might get some like really ugly colors, but let's just do it. So basically, if it hits, we need to change the color. So let's create a function for.
You can make an HSL color and just change the hue.
So Brian is suggesting create an HSL and just change the hue. I'm not very good with color. What does that do?
Okay, so HSL is hue, saturation, and lightness.
Yeah.
When you say an interesting color, you mean like a colorful. So if we only change the hue, then it's gonna like pick a spot around and just like circles.
So it's always going to be like a fairly nice, a bright color, but then it'll be random around this circle of colors. I like it. Okay, so we need another state value. We'll just say color. Initially, in CSS, can you do HSL like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you should just choose the color to be a random number for the hue, and then build HSL at random time.
Okay, so SNL will be constant, and then H will be the thing we're changing. Okay, so what's the hue for red?
0.
0. Okay, so we're going to start off as red, and then in our update function is where we'll set the color. So we'll say Sex Pistols. Oh, this is tricky. Mainly because I believe we need to select the path. We might have to select the path and iterate over each one because there's 2 paths. So Sex Pistols dot query selector for path.
Query selector all.
Query selector all. Thank you, because we want both. It's going to give us the paths. Let's log the path. Is it happening?
JB has a suggestion.
It's working though. Okay, so there's a suggestion in the chat.
JB has some code for you.
JP has code. Where is he? Oh, hello, Alka. So many people. JB.
It's the most recent one.
Most recent. I'm not seeing it. Oh, no, I need to do live chat. HSL, math.floor, math.random. Oh, beautiful. Thank you. Done. Okay. Okay, so this for loop here selected each of those paths. So if we look at this SVG, we basically want to set the fill of those 2 paths, which is why we're iterating. So we need to say path dot set attribute fill, and we want that to be this beautiful thing. Thanks to JB. But the so this right here is the hue. So we want that to come from state. This whole thing needs to be like a template function. And then right here is where we're going to bring in Ramones.color. Right? Yeah. And then we need another function which is going to give us a random color. All right, so this is our last punk rock band function. What should it be?
Green Day from chat.
Oh, Green Day, yeah. I listened to them so much as a kid. So yes, Green Day, beautiful. So this is where we're going to set Ramones dot color to be a random value between 0 and 255.
Also, people are correcting JBL now.
People are correct. So the code is wrong?
HSL is 360, not 255.
HSL is, so 360, so not 255. Cool. Because we want a random value between 0 and 360. Great. I think this does it. So basically now every time we have a collision, we need to set the color to be random. So I'm just going to do this. I think it is. Yeah, I've done it. I think I've done it before. All right, moment of truth. Are we ready? This is it. This is the big reveal. Okay, here we go. No. Yeah, so here's the thing. I think the CSS we just well, so we have fill red. Let's not do an update. So that is setting it. And if we don't set it in the CSS, let's just see if it starts off as red. It does. And if we inspect it, this path, does it have a fill attribute? It does have a fill of an... Is fill supported in SVG? Is HSL supported in SVG?
Oh, it might not be.
It might not be. We'll see. So I think we'll do one more update to get a random color and see what happens. So call it... So, oh, that's going to be an infinite loop. So let's call it once, do a set timeout, and then call it again. Oh, but it needs to actually collide. Oh, I don't know. What's happening? Okay. Let's see. Oh, it's doing it! Yes! Yes! I don't know what I did. It could be that it is changing, but it's not changing enough.
It might be the CSS.
Thank you. And actually, I am out of time. Thank you so much, everyone, for participating in this. If you helped me out at all, just come up here. I have beautiful holographic JavaScript stickers. You see these? Yeah, you get one of those. Check me out on YouTube. Up next is the Sprint UX podcast. We're going to get set up for that. Have a wonderful Develop Denver. See ya.